Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Foodie Friday. All week at Raw Food Rehab we have been talking about Annie Pio. And as a matter of fact, yesterday we gave away 3 copies of her newly released book, Annie's Raw Food Essentials. That was really exciting yesterday. Well, I decided that for this episode of Foodie Friday, we should do a tribute to Annie. And so I have picked 3 recipes that I want to share with you. 2 of them are out of the classic, her very first raw food book, Annie's Raw Food Kitchen. If you don't have this book, you need to check it out. Either buy it or check it out at the library. It's a classic, I'm telling you. I love so many recipes in this book. And a lot of you have shared that this was the very first raw food book you were ever exposed to. So that's really cool. And then her second book, I believe it came out last year, Annie's Little Raw Food Dessert Book. It is a darling book, and it's just chock full of amazing, delicious recipes. And I'm going to make one of the easiest and most delicious recipes in here. It's another one of those recipes that my husband asks for on a regular basis. So let's go into my raw food kitchen and let me show you what I've been up to. Well, around the Shelton household, we are big snackers. And I have found that along my raw food journey, I do so much better when I have some prepared foods ready to go in case I get peckish. I can go into the kitchen and nosh around a little bit on something. And so these 2 recipes that I'm getting ready to show you are 2 of my go-to standard all-time recipes that I keep on hand, or at least I try to. And they are from Annie's first book, Annie's Raw Food Kitchen. And check this out. Well, isn't that so pretty? Okay, first of all, that's a nasturtium from my new edible garden. I'm really proud of that. The lighting is not too good in here right now, so I apologize. We've had lots of storms in Oklahoma, but this is Annie's black sesame sunflower bread recipe that I have tweaked up, and I've added some ingredients to it to suit my own personal tastes. But as far as the basic recipe that she shares in her cookbook, or uncooked book I should say, it's one of my all-time favorite flatbread or cracker recipes. It's very versatile. You could add to or take away depending on your tastes. And then this is her black olive hummus, which you know I'm fond of the black olives. It is such a delicious recipe. I've decided that I'm going to share with you my version of her recipes because I really want you to get her book. I want you to have to get her book and see what she's doing. I don't really feel right about sharing her absolute recipes online anyway, so I'm just trying to kind of encourage and motivate you to check out what Annie's got going on. Now, let me show you the next recipe. Now, from Annie's Raw Food Desserts, this is the easiest recipe ever, but check this out. Is that gorgeous or what? I just have it in a little martini glass, and I'm sorry that, again, the lighting in here is pretty bad right now, but you're seeing the glare coming in from the window. But this is her mango sorbet recipe. My husband, seriously, if we run out of this, he asks for it. It's such a great and easy recipe, and I know that sometimes I really get in the mood for ice cream, and this is what I love to have in place of ice cream. So her book is completely filled with recipes like this. It's super easy. Listen, if you don't have an ice cream freezer or a sorbet maker, I think I talked about this on last week's episode. What you can do is you can blend and make up the sorbet mixture in your blender. And then you can pour that into ice cube trays, let that freeze a little bit, and then stick those ice cubes back into your blender and blend it up. Or you can, if you have like a Champion juicer, or I have an Omega juicer that has a blank plate in it, you can just put those little ice cubes right through there, and it is going to make a soft serve sorbet that is so delicious. So mango sorbet. And oh, I wanted to show you what I used, okay? Let's see if we can get in here in my refrigerator. Where is it? There's the sorbet. Okay, here's what I used. We had fresh mangoes at our Whole Foods, but they were kind of astronomically expensive. So I just got the organic mango chunks. And I blended 2 of those packages. Let's see, that's a 10-ounce package. And I added a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of, I used honey instead of agave nectar, and a little bit of water to blend. And oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to have this dessert. So anyway, it's so good. Well, you know, I typically make my Foodie Friday video on Friday. I always have made it on Friday. But we found out this afternoon that they're going to cut our electricity off tomorrow, and it could be all day long because we've had these massive storms here in Oklahoma, and there's trees down on power lines, and so the tree trimming people are going to be in our neighborhood. And so I'm scrambling here at the last minute, so there's very little daylight left on Thursday evening, but I wanted to make sure to get this episode filmed so that I can get it up online tonight while I still have electricity and internet connection. I wanted you to be sure to have your Foodie Friday. I just want to encourage you all to make sure that you put together a list of at least 20 to 25 go-to recipes. Recipes like what I show you on Foodie Friday. When you make something and you find that you love it and it's delicious, then you put it in a recipe binder, or if you have a recipe card box, whatever you do to keep your recipes organized. You all, that is one of the keys to success in the raw food lifestyle, is that you have to have recipes that you can easily make, quickly make. And so I just encourage you, if you don't already have your recipe binder or card file set up, I encourage you to maybe make that happen this weekend. Get it started. Okay, guys, I love you, and I'll be back with you next week at Raw Food Rehab. See you then. Bye.